This is NDTV, and you're watching Classics.
Hello and welcome. You're with us here on Big Fish, and we have with us today the CMD of MTNL, Mr. RSP Sinha, who's very difficult to catch, but who's managed to take out some time for us. Mr. Sinha, thank you so much for joining us today. Let me just start off on a lighter note. I noticed a lot of medals behind you here in your office. Tell us a little bit about them and what they're all about.
Some of the medals which have been given to the organization, some of them are because of their sports activities, because our people who are in wrestling or in basketball, they have won laurels for the country also when they have gone for Asian Games or for Commonwealth Games. And then we have also got a trophy for the cost reduction, which MTNL got it in 2004 and 5 from ICWA, because we had done a lot of cost reduction work on inventory front. For that we had got it.
All right. MTNL is into a lot of different things these days, lots of plans happening. Which one is most exciting for you? Where would you like to start?
Wherever the challenges are there, those are the area where it is really exciting thing for me. Like we say our fixed line was under pressure. Right. But yes, when it is a challenge, I enjoy it. I have to ensure that the growth of a fixed line takes place. But apart from these things, there are broadband, then IPTV is there, then cellular is there. So on all these fronts, we are taking a lot of actions and steps.
Okay, let's start then with fixed line. It is the core business. Like you said, it has been under pressure. To start off with ARPUs, are they a problem at this point of time? Because rates are really at rock bottom right now.
No, I'll say with the reduction of rates, I can't say that ARPU will not come down. But the way rates have come down, I will give you a few examples. Like when NLD rates were 35 rupees a minute from within the country itself, or 84 or 85 rupees a minute to USA. Those rates have come down to the level of, in between Delhi and Mumbai, MTNL itself has done 1 rupee 20 paisa for 3 minutes. Right. And the ILD call has also come down to 6 rupees or 7 rupees per minute. So it was bound that the ARPU will come down. But along with these reductions, the volume was also expected to grow. Fortunately, the reduction has not been able to offset the total revenue. The growth of volume has compensated whatever was getting lost. But marginal pressure is definitely there on the ARPU also. And on fixed line, still more than almost 800 rupees ARPU is there.
All right, but do you also feel that rates can still go lower then? Is there still more scope for that?
As I told you, India was one of the highest tariff regime, maybe in 99 or 98 or 97 or prior to that. Today we are one of the lowest in the world. So right now I don't visualize. But yes, you always can think something can take place, like say IP telephony, if it is there, then naturally the cost may come down and further reduction can take place.
Okay, you were talking about how now Delhi, Mumbai, like you've done, has been localized. Any plans to do that elsewhere in India?
On that front, I have got a problem because Delhi and Mumbai are licensed area for MTNL. Okay. So naturally, only carriage was involved. But if I want to do it outside these two places, then my calls are getting terminated on somebody else's network, where I have to pay certain amount. Right. So that is not within my control. Okay. But as I told you, with growth of VoIP and other things, some pressure will be there on the tariff front also. Okay.
IPTV and broadband, huge segment of growth right now. What's happening there?
On broadband, the IPTV is going to ride on the broadband. Okay. So naturally, the first logical growth should take place on broadband. Once we have reached the level of about 300,000 between Delhi and Mumbai, and we are giving almost 1,000 connections per day. Okay. And similar booking is also coming. So it is not that it is drying up. So I expect this is going to further grow.
All right. When you said 1,000 connections a day, what would be your targets going forward?
What I feel, I'm little apprehensive because if once we launch our IPTV, for which I feel expect that there will be huge demand. So naturally this the IPTV is like our exchange capacity is almost say maybe 6 million. So out of 6 million, maybe about 70 or 75% we will be able to give broadband or IPTV connectivity. This is our estimation. I cannot be sure, but this is the estimation which we think. So the demand for broadband will be quite high, because for giving IPTV you need the broadband connectivity.
Okay. There has been some confusion over which ministry all this is going to go through, INB or Telecom. How do you see this confusion being resolved?
Problem is that basically the cash was one of the issue. In our case, cash is not a problem, because the telephone numbers are going to be the identification number for a particular customer. For us it is immaterial whether it remains with which ministry. But we have MTNL per se has already got license for cable operation also. So that is not an issue. We can always, at least I am more curious about by launch which should take place.
Okay, fine. There has been some sort of concern GSM subscriptions are still a little slow. So on that front, are you looking at expanding in any way, or?
I will tell you what happened. At least in the past, MTNL had suffered because of lack of capacity. When the demand was there, we could not provide the capacity. At least in last 2 years, what we have done, before demand comes, at least capacity has been available. And that is one reason I can tell you, as of 31st March 2004, the total GSM customer base was 3,60,000. Right. Today it is 22 lakhs. So from 3,60,000, we have reached a figure of 22 lakhs, where we have got customers. It was only because we could create capacity. Okay. So we our next tender is for 4 million, 2 million for both the cities, and we are going to create this capacity over next 2 years.